Welcome to Chris and Laura. Today we are going to be making some breakfast quesadillas. They're a breakfast egg and sausage quesadilla, I guess is what we're going to make. So let's get started. So first off, what we want to do, we've got our skillet here. I've got some butter in there. So we're going to turn our fire on. You don't want it terribly high. Move that butter around. So you want your butter that you have in there to get sizzling hot. You want it pretty hot before you put the egg in there. And then I've got one egg in here. I only do one egg at a time, otherwise it's too thick. So we will scramble that up. Some salt and pepper. Mix that in good. Alright, now our butter is nice and hot. Move it around. Put our egg in there. You want to swirl that egg around so it goes all over the bottom of the pan. Just want it to be a flattened out egg. That's why you want your pan hot. Let that set up just a little, not much, just a little bit. Now we're going to take just a regular, I have a taco-sized tortilla. I'm going to put that right on top, and we're going to smash it into that egg. You should be able to swirl it around with the tortilla. So now we're going to flip it over. That egg feels like it's set up pretty good. I'm going to flip it over here onto the tortilla side. Smash down the air bubbles as they pop up. Now we're going to take some cheese, any kind of cheese you want. I'm going to sprinkle it all around there. We'll take some of that sausage. Sprinkle it. You pretty much just want to put the meat on one side. You can do bacon, any kind of meat you want. Now we're just toasting up that tortilla. You want to get it a nice golden brown. Looks pretty neat. Tastes delicious that way. Used to make these with bacon every morning before Chris would go to work. Wrap it up in some tin foil and send them out the door. Few more minutes. These don't take long at all. That's what you really want to have your stuff out and ready to go. They do not take long. Alright, so you just pick up that tortilla and fold it over. And then kind of smash it down a little bit. So there's number one. I'll show you again. I'll take the pan off the fire so it doesn't get too hot. Put the butter in there. Crack our egg. Yeah, you just don't want to like burn your butter or anything. You don't want to get your pan too hot in between, because then they just don't look as good. They don't look the same. Not as pretty as the first one if you have burnt butter. Alright, so we got our salt and pepper in there. Got our all mixed up. Gonna swirl that butter around. the egg in there. Swirl it around. Make it a nice thin layer. Let it set up a little. I went up on the sides a little too much, so I'm going to push that back in there. Alright, put our tortilla on there. Smash it in. Let it cook for a few minutes. And you can use a regular spatula. I don't know why I always use these for eggs, but they just work easier for me. Alright, now we're going to flip it over. Toast up the tortilla. That's what your egg should look like. All flat out on the tortilla. Now some cheese. Sausage. And remember, I only put the meat on half because it's easier when you fold it. I'm pushing an air pocket out here. So I have the meat on half. I put the cheese around all of it. I don't do a very heavy coating of cheese. There can be too much cheese on here, especially if it's cheddar. Then it gets really oily and you got it dripping down your arms and it's not very good. But I do a thin layer of cheese all around the egg and then the meat on half. And you can do veggies if you wanted to. I'd saute them up first. Some peppers and onions and stuff.
That smells delicious.
Well, yours is just about done. I'm getting your second one ready.
Smelling like through the door and I'm just like, what is that delicious smell? So I had to come out and check it out.
Yeah. You just flip that one side over right on top of the other side. The side without the meat, you flip over. And just give her a smash down there. And put it on the plate. There we go. Here are the breakfast quesadillas. So I'm going to get these to Dustin while they're still warm. So I'll put a recipe down below. It's so simple, so simple. But if you'd like to try them, I'll put the recipe down below. So thanks for joining us today. We'll see you later. Bye.